Welcome back to Sky Bunny's channel and to Higurashi no Nakani. I'm sorry that it's been a long time since I've streamed this. I'm going to be honest, the beginning parts are very mendokusai, very annoying to get through, so it upsets me because I want to read this story so bad. But I keep in mind that people tell me that the more chapters you do, like the faster the mysterious parts start happening. So I read that actually in this one with Satoko, things start happening in chapter 3, which is the chapter we're going into right now. So last time on Higurashi no Nakani, we were just kind of bonding with Satoko, really cute bonding. She was talking about her brother Satoshi, who's been missing, who we know has been missing in every single reiteration of this story. Now, I'm honestly not sure if he's like going back in time or it's like a different timelines, different worlds, but I'm thinking that it might be getting reset because there was an event that, this is the first time that this has happened as well. There was an event in the second story, the second chapter, that has happened in this chapter now. They had, and I know it's a little thing, they had that like curry cook-off and like somebody dumped a bunch of salt into the main character's curry and made it like super salty. And the same thing happened in this chapter. So, like I said, I'm not sure if he's, like, resetting and going back, or if, like, I don't know. So, anyways, let's get into it. I gotta remember my voices for the girls. Oh, really? Oh, that's a little loud. Your parents came home, huh? They smelled like energy drinks and their eyes were all bloodshot. They said they had a crazy amount of stuff to do and were up 2 whole nights. Adults have it tough. Your dad is an artist, right? They really do have it rough. Come to think of it, he wasn't he? I would very much like to see what kind of things he draws sometime. An artist, huh? I'd seen a number of watercolor and acrylic paintings on display, but he had to have been doing some other job, too. Just what did Dad do exactly? You don't know what your own dad does? Good son, good son. He didn't let anyone into his workshop after all. He's secretly a member of a cult. I wanted to sneak peek one day. So, the house was empty for 2 days after that? Huh, that didn't leave much time. So, Kay, did you manage to go after the character who was in your heart? The absence of parents is a must-have for eroge protagonists. I don't like any of you because you're all crazy. He built up a lot of relationship points and raised all the right flags. I have no idea what any of you are talking about. That means you don't need to cook for yourself anymore, Keiichi. What did you make last night? In the end, I didn't make a single thing by myself. Last night's dinner, well, it was vegetable stir-fry. Wow! Kay, you can make a little bit of real cooking now, huh? You made vegetable stir-fry? Did it come out good? Did it? Reina, you're being unpleasant. Why are you clinging to me? A delicious meal and a friendly dishwashing together. Hey! I said you're being unpleasant. Huh? What are you talking about? Mion, utterly confused, asked me for clarification, but I just barely, albeit transparently, averted my eyes. I take it back. If I'd had to date someone, it'd be Shion. But I don't know if Shion was really Mion. Whichever the non-crazy cute one was with the maid outfit. Whichever twin that was. I date that one. Right. Does anyone have plans for this afternoon? You don't, do you? Do you? Today was Saturday, the beautiful day on which we're liberated from the confines of school in the afternoon. Actually, the school in Hinamizawa had slightly different Saturdays than those in the city. There were a lot of students here who brought a bento, ate it at lunch, and then went to play in the school or around the schoolyard. You could say that the entire school turned into a children's playground. There were mountains behind the school, and if you went down that way, you'd find mountain streams. You could avoid the strong sunlight and make conversation in the classroom if you wanted to. You could also play hide and seek in the construction pipes. That sounds dangerous. Of course, you were free to go home as well. There were some kids who went home and helped water the fields or tend to stores. If Mion was bringing up the afternoon like this, then it must have been for some crazy big club event. However, sadly, I had something that I needed to do before taking part in whatever it was. You have work? That's unlucky. I wonder what kind of work it is. Maybe helping his father with his artwork job. Or being a model for his father's arts. A model? A nude one? Wow, that came from Reina? I looked into Reina's eyes and saw myself completely naked in a questionable pose with a single rose in my mouth. No. I wouldn't do that for 1,000,000 yen. To get rid of Reina's delusions, I grabbed her head and swung it from side to side. Oh, stop! Sorry. Leaving your fanciful delusions aside, I have something to do real quick during lunch. I'm okay to meet up with you after I'm done, though. Work during lunch? I see. That sounds kind of cool, actually. What could it be? Are you having a banquet with VIP experts? Like a business lunch? Ugh. This is truly sad, but you're right. What? What? Everyone shouts, wildly surprised. Beep. Who's he having lunch with? It was true. Today I'd be on the job with my family. For my dad's job, he was having about 10 people from the publishing agency over for a house party. He called people from work for a party the day after having stayed up 2 nights in a row. I am amazed at their vitality. Adults have it pretty rough. Of course, it would be incredibly uncomfortable for me. Oh, it'd be really tiring to force myself to smile at some old dudes I don't even know. But they were my dad's important business connections, so offending them would be bad. Well, with all that said, it was going to get very uncomfortable for me today, starting at lunch. Well, what an intelligent child. This is my son, Keiichi. Keiichi, this is blah 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 son from blah blah blah. And this person here is son, the blah 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 manager. Say your hellos. Why do they not have names? Hello. My name's Keiichi. I appreciate all you've done for my father. Keiichi, do you draw pictures like your father? I would very much like to see them. My dad has such a brazen occupation, that of an artist, although I don't really know what kinds of things he creates. I don't really care, and I don't want to see anyway. Dad's so tight-fisted about it, so he doesn't show them to me very often. I'm not a kid anymore, so I wouldn't care at all if they were pictures of naked ladies or anything. If you study under your father as an apprentice, you'd be able to become a great artist like him too. Excuse me. This is just between you and me, but my dad, is he really that great of an artist? I readied myself and whispered my question. It might have seemed odd for his son to be asking this, but when I did, he gave me this really strange grin and tightly clamped down on my shoulders. Why, yes, he is truly a fantastic artist. Is that so? I'm glad. There are no purchase restrictions. He does fan service, and he always answers the letters he gets. He has an inquisitive mind, always on the prowl for what the world needs. Taking off your socks, absolutely not. And that goes for glasses and school uniforms, too. Maibara-sensei understands these things perfectly. Every event sees him along the wall with a huge lineup. Sorry, but his pictures, they're not ones you... God, how do you not know what your dad does? Like, you never... Hang on the wall? Not at all. In the beginning, everyone starts in the islands, and then to their corners, and finally climbing up to the corners of the larger path. The final destination is the famous wall. You too, please, become a great artist who can display his works in unison with Maibara-sensei. I'll cheer you on. It's fine to have a lot of passion for the things you like, but I didn't get it. But it seemed that the world of art ran pretty deep. It was probably a much deeper world than I could have imagined. I decided to leave it at that. Then I realized my mom was calling me from the other side of the room. Keiichi! It's the phone! It's a friend of yours! Lucky break. Maybe I could get out of this uncomfortable business party by using a phone call. I scampered over to the front door and snatched up the receiver my mom had left there. Hello? It's me. Hello, me. That's not how you answer the phone, Keiichi. I wish I knew who this was. I'm guessing it's Satoko, so I'm going to go with her voice. I implore you, learn how to choose your words more properly. Lol. It was of the opinion that the person speaking to me had a far stranger way of talking. I knew it! Oh, it's Satoko. It's unusual for you to call my house. This isn't the time for, pleasantries. Keiichi, when are you going to be able to come? Sorry. Looks like things going to go a little long. I can't get them to let me go. I want to go do things with the club, but That's not it, Keiichi. It wasn't about the club today. It's a real battle. Satoko's voice was different from normal. I could feel the urgency in it drifting through the phone. A real battle? That doesn't sound good. What's the situation? I'll explain the particulars when we meet. Anyways, this is a terrible crisis. At this rate, we're gonna lose. What on earth was going on? Could it have been a fight? I didn't know who they were, but laying a hand on someone from Hinamizawa was an absolutely terrible idea. Right, got it. I'll come and reinforce you right away. Where are you? We're on the Okinomiya Elementary School campus. There are signs at the station. You should be able to figure it out. Anyway, we're in a huge hurry. The school campus. The situation could have a lot of people involved. Could it have turned into an all-out brawl? Who was the enemy here anyway? Who? I'm on fire. Got it. I'll be there soon. Should I bring a weapon with me? Like a metal baseball bat or something? You have a metal bat? That would be fantastic. We'll wait here for you. What the fuck? I'm guessing it's going to be like bugs or something. The call cut off abruptly. I need to hurry. Oh, Keiichi, I was looking for you. Blah blah blah. San here was looking for a photocopy. Now's not the time. Don't we have a bat? A metal bat. If not, then anything long will do. If anything long will do, then my golf clubs are in the storage room. It didn't have the same kind of impact, but a golf club was a splendid weapon too. It was lighter than a baseball bat and maybe easier for me to use. Thanks. I'm borrowing one. I really need to go see my friends or something. It's urgent. Sorry. What, Keiichi? Wait a minute. I grabbed a golf club, jumped on my bike, and head straight for town. Wait for me, Satoko. I'll be right there. Just hold out until then. It's probably bugs or something. I didn't actually know where Okonomiya Elementary was exactly, but Satoko's phone call seemed to demand urgency, so I rushed out without asking her about how to get there. But if I went to the station, there would be signs. At least I feel like that's what she said. Then I heard the jingling of a bicycle bell from behind me.
Hello there.
Hey, Rika! Ha!
Keiichi, you came quickly. You put the pedal to the metal.
Damn. This isn't the time to be out of breath. I need to hurry. Sorry. Where is Okonomiya Elementary?
I'll show you the way. Come along with me.
Rika rode off on her bike. I followed her. Satoko suddenly called me out here, but what on earth is going on?
At first, we had the advantage. However, they called in a helper. It's bad manners.
A helper? What cowards calling for reinforcements the minute they realize they lose?
They're taking everyone out one by one. We can't put a dent in them.
Sounds like they were pretty strong. I'll ask about it later. We don't have time, right? Please hurry.
Leave it to me.
With Rika leading the way, we head straight for the elementary school grounds. I asked Rika something during that time. It seemed that all of the club members besides me were part of this fight. Damn. So what Mian was trying to tell everyone? Was this what would happen? If I had known that, I would have just ditched my family job. But it was too late for regrets. According to Rika, we had a one-sided advantage at the start, but our angry foes had brought in a powerful ally. The club members put up a resistance and went against them one by one, but apparently they couldn't stand up to them. The combined efforts of the whole club couldn't win? Just what kind of monster is this guy?
He's amazing. This enemy is orthodox.
Orthodox? So they weren't using thuggish brawling tactics, but had studied karate or something? Is that what she meant?
Keiichi is our last ray of hope now.
Okonomiya Shogakko came into view. I could hear many voices raising hell over there. Baseball, maybe? Ah! Mion! Reina! Satoko! I'll be there soon! I'll crush them all at once. There are a lot of bicycles left in front of the school. I left mine there next to them in the same way. I could tell there were a lot of people flooding to the campus. Were the two armies in the midst of a huge, no-holds-barred brawl? I took my golf club in hand. Swung it. I felt the sensation of it sticking firmly to my palm. Great. The feedback wasn't bad. It's baseball. I'm gonna go all out with this thing. I dashed at a breakneck speed to the school gate, swinging it around. Come with me, Rika. I will show you what the mighty manly warrior Keiichi Maibara can really do.
Wow, you're so reliable. You're going to rampage with the golf club?
Rika applauded me, though a little dryly, lauding my valiance. The manly Keiichi Maibara put it behind him and headed for the place where he may die.
But Keiichi, why did you bring a golf club today?
I had no choice. At first, I figured a baseball bat might have been good, but we don't have one at my house. A golf club was far better than going barehanded, so I brought one.
How very excellent. I will give you a pat on the head. I can't wait to see your golf club rampage.
Despite the emergency situation, Rika reached up and stroked me on the head. I had no choice. At first, I figured a baseball bat might have been good, but we don't have one at my house. Hey, this is no time for jokes, huh? Just then, an extremely loud metallic sound rang out, and I heard many people cheering. I knew it was baseball. Left! Miss! Run, run, run! You can get to second base! Go! Center! Calm down. Send it to third. Center fielder caught the ball after a brief pause. Oh, sent it flying to third base. If he had pitched it wildly, it may have gotten there. He gave up 1 second and threw it to third with time to spare. The instructions from the bench, they were solid. Wait, what?
Keiichi's here! Satoko, Keiichi's here! You're late! Loafing around is only okay when you do it at the bread shop.
Wait, is that? He looks so different. If that's the photographer. This Mike Briar, could he really save us? We're up against the ace of Oshima left arm Kameda-kun. He can beat a Koshin class pitcher. He must be a god.
It's okay. I'm sure that Keiichi can turn the tables. He's a really dependable person.
Murmur. What? He's the pinch hitter we brought in to take out? Left arm Kameda with his bullet fastball? The one who had a no-hit, no-run game after another during the regional qualifiers? The undefeated demon pitcher of Oshima? The super high school level pitcher that had already been marked by professional scouts? He was going to win against him? Some greenhorn pitcher like that is no match for Keiichi-san. He'll send his throws all the way to the back screen for an easy victory. There was a slugger like that in this prefecture? I had no idea. He must have gone under the radar. Hey! San from Hanshin stood up. Hey, take a picture. His full name is Keiichi Maibara. Look him up in the database and send his history to our office. Stat. Which one is Keiichi? Pictures. A whole lot of sports journalists led by Satoko gripped their cameras tightly and searched for the rumored Keiichi Maibara. As for me, I was so dazed at what was happening that I was frozen in place with my golf club up in the air. Keiichi, over here! The camera people stared at me through their viewfinders, and just like I had, they turned to stone. In the hands of their gallant pitch hitter, Keiichi Maibara was a golf club. Nobody could seem to understand why I was holding something like this, and at this point, neither did I. Cheep. A cold, greasy sweat dripped from me. The first one to break the inordinately awkward silence was Reina.
Keiichi?
Yeah.
May we ask you a question?
Please don't. Psychic waves of my hand flowed out of my face along with my sweat. It somehow seemed to reach the two of them. The deathly quiet reporters all parted as Moses once parted the sea. But Moses probably didn't go through the parted seas this quietly. If you were playing baseball, then you should have told me from the frickin' start. What? Did I not say that? I mean, I told you to come to the campus with a baseball bat. What else could you have thought it was? And what matter of thinking caused you to mistakenly bring a golf club here instead?
I think Keiichi must have done it on purpose to lighten our moods and get us pumped, I think.
Reina smiled bitterly, covered for me with all her might. Please believe her, everyone. I'm begging you.
Keiichi loves golf. Pet.
Rika started patting my head, a brown grin on her face all the while. I pushed her hand away, grabbed her from behind her suspenders, and picked her up like a kitten. Meep. Rika! Why didn't you tell me it was a baseball game when we met at the station? I wouldn't have had to suffer such a disgrace.
Meepa.
Rika's smile was like the sun, so incredibly innocent. She's glowing. When I saw Rika's radiant smile, I couldn't help but feel like I could forgive anything she did. However, if Rika thought I would, then she had another thing coming. Anyways, this is your punishment, Reina. Me? Rika was still plucked up in my hand. I offered her to Reina. That's right.
The kitten-fied Rika sent Reina's voltage into overcharge. I'll take her, Reina will take her. Oh, so cute. Hop, spinny spin. Reina stuck out her tongue like a chameleon and preyed upon Rika-chan while spinning her around. Rika's so cute. Rika's so cute. Oh. Me. Reina held her tight as a vice and began to get her to fill of rubbing her cheeks into Rika's. Their cheeks rubbed together tightly. Rika's-chan's face. It looked like it was being crushed by Reina's. I do not know what happened, but it looks like Rika's gotten her just desserts. Yeah, I recently found out that Rika isn't only cute. Oh, I got Keiichi's permission. I'm gonna take you home. Meep, meep, meep. For the moment, I gave her a 3-minute timeout. By the way, Satoko, that urgent call was for a baseball game? Yep, that's correct. You said you had a house party with your family? I suppose I was wrong to ask, but at times of trouble like these, you obviously must prioritize friends over family. Yeah, okay. I felt like that's what I was supposed to be saying, not you. Well, it was just a business party for my dad, I guess. I mean, I honestly felt glad to be called out here. So, what's the crisis situation look like? 6-7? Which means our team is losing, huh? 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. What the heck? This game is almost about to end. We would have had a little more time if you'd gotten here sooner. Do you have any idea how difficult it was for us to hold out this long? All right, I'm sorry. Okay, so what am I doing? Am I going to be the pinch hitter? Just leave it to me. I may not look like it, but I went to the batting cages a lot before I moved here. My dad went there for fun, and I used to go with him pretty often. I'm pretty confident about just hitting the bat with the ball, but... A tremendous sound rang out, the likes of which I never heard before. The catcher's mitt trembled, sending up a light cloud of dust, telling me the tremendous sound came from the ball. Hey, now, wait a second. What's up with that crazy fastball? Surprised? Yeah, that's a bona fide Koshin level pitcher. Koshin. Don't you know about the left arm Kameda-kun, the ace of Oshima? Nope. Wait, Mion? What happened to you? Mion showed up, and to my surprise, she was wrapped up in bandages. Just what on earth happened? Well, you came late, so I guess we need to explain from the beginning. No, it's okay, you really don't. Oh, done with Rika? Yep, I had a lot of fun, and she's so cute. She's so soft and fluffy and squishy. Oh, I could just eat her cheeks 3 meals a day. Me, I can't get married anymore. I wonder how Rika's cheeks taste if you could eat them 3 times a day. It almost flipped my delusion switch, but I put a stop to it using logic. I was an adult. All right, explain away. How did things get screwed up enough that a Koshian relief pitcher ended up in a baseball game for fun? Everyone exchanged glances. Then, Reina spoke for all of them. At first, well, it was just a normal baseball game. It's nothing much, just a little grudge match between the Hinamizawa fighters and the Okinomiya Titans. We were just having a grand old time, really, nothing much. Well, in simpler terms, it was an intramural match. A match to settle the grudge between Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. We say grudge, but it's all pretty peaceful and friendly. Okinomiya, where is that? North? So why is our club a part of it? Some of you are wearing uniforms, some of you aren't. Last I checked, we weren't the school baseball team. Not as well. It was pretty irresponsible. They happened to have some players who couldn't make it today. They were pretty down on the dumps, so we ended up getting involved post-haste. I see. So if there weren't enough members, anyone could come to the rescue, whether boy or girl, no matter what grade they were in. That jumbled together feeling was the hallmark of our school. But Rika told me we were crushing them at the beginning.
Mi is an amazing batter. She was hitting home runs left and right.
Mi proudly stuck out her chest. Doing some seemed to hurt her somehow, and she groaned pathetically. Yep! Every time Mion went up to the bat, she hit a home run and brought everyone on the bases in.
Uh-huh. Unlike Satoko, she can actually hit the ball.
Rika! Alright, I think I got the gist of it. So you were having a pretty easy time until that Koshian pitcher showed up. That's right. It was all of us at the beginning. Maybe we didn't get all that many points, but we were always getting people on the bases.
And Kamina-kun and Moshida just happened to show up to watch the game today.
Oshima was apparently a fairly well-known school in our prefecture that frequently sent people to Koshian. Oh, no. And this man, known as the ace of their baseball team, Kameda, seemed to be quite skilled. Now that I thought about it, it certainly was strange to see a cameraman with journalist armbands here to watch a casual baseball game out in the sticks like this.
I heard that when Kameda was little, he was on the Okonomiya Titans.
You figured it out, right? His old team was losing, so that's why he jumped in as relief pitcher and took the mound. Now it's just terrible. We can't even hit any foul balls, much less get anyone on base. But still, a Koshian pitcher barging in, it's unfair. We're just playing for fun. All the boys wearing the Hinamizawa fighters' uniforms were hanging their heads in disappointment. I knew almost all of their faces. Isn't everyone here a classmate? Oh, I see. We're the only school in Hinamizawa after all. Hey, Tomita and Okamura! You were on the baseball team too? Maibara? Ugh. His uniform was brand new and not very dirty, fresh off the presses. I could see handmade banners with their names written on them in grandstands. I see their families came to root for them in their debut games today.
Okamura said he just got his bat today as a present from his dad.
The brand new bat sparkled. With that kind of present, a man just has to perform well. He practiced swinging a whole lot just for today. Tomita-san, well, he went too far and he tore the skin off his hand. See, unfortunately. His torn hand looked like it hurt, but from that injury you could sense his backbone. I get it, guys. You wanted to make your big moment a good one. Vroom. The savior of the Okonomiya Titans, we could hear the sound of the Kameda-kun's tremendous fastball practice. This was no joke. He was definitely on a level far above high school kids. But at his level, he clearly shouldn't have been interrupting a grass lot grudge match game. Grudge match though it may have been. He should have understood how much better he was, too. This guy, was he being serious against opponents like these?
Yup. Reina thinks it's immature.
Reina's eyes grew harsh. It took a lot to get Reina mad. As for Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, they were sniffling, fighting back tears. We heard another tremendous noise from the mitt. I turned around and this left-armed Kameda-kun guy was looking at us and grinning boldly. Anyway, that's how it is. Now that it's come to this, we have no choice. We have to engage in real battle. Looks like we have to get serious.
Yup, and then we tried getting serious, but then Michan went out with a bang.
Mion, embarrassed, scratched her head, then a moment later doubled over in pain. Went out with a bang, but how on earth did she get injured like this? It would take a really long time to explain. The one thing I can say is that she came up empty even though she pushed herself that hard. Ugh. I risked my life and I couldn't even get 1 point.
Our secret plan did nothing, and now we're very sad.
I couldn't even imagine what sort of secret plan it was, but it must have been crazy enough to get her that badly hurt. Still, though, we're still playing baseball thanks to you failing, right?
Yep! Maybe Mi's last resort wasn't very baseball-like, I think, though. I think.
We have no other recourse now, do we? It means that we need to settle this score front and center in a manner befitting a baseball game. That's right. We have to settle it like baseball. I think normal people would have given up and gone for a frontal attack. But as a member of our club, I wasn't about to accept that so easily. Like baseball? I don't know. If we look at it like a baseball game, then we can't be picky, can we?
It's our club's creed, after all.
That's correct. We can't be picky. That's the virtue of our club. Oh! Reina and Satoko laughed to each other delightfully. It wasn't really a virtue we could brag about, but the best thing about our club was that we never rolled over and never gave up.
But the cameras are all watching very closely, so it will be hard to cheat.
Rika spread her arms wide, indicating the array of reporters in the bleachers. She was right. With all those cameramen watching through the cameras with giant telephoto lenses, foul play would be fairly tough. That's right. That's the bottleneck. Everyone's eyes are on us. We can't be too bold.
Ow. I never did think Mi-chan's ways were very ladylike, though.
Satoko and Rika both nodded behind Reina. Then let's get down to business. Our team is down 1 run right now, right?
Plus, it's the bottom of the 9th, and we already have 2 outs.
If this old man's plan had gone better, we have our bases loaded right now. There's no point in lamenting a failed plan. Our club never loses heart and always goes on to the next one. Satoko said eagerly, trying to cheer up the downcast Mion whose secret plan had failed. It may have failed, but Satoko still seemed to have another. Satoko, you seem pretty cheerful. Which means you've got something up your sleeve, huh?
Keiichi? Who do you think she is? It's Satoko, you know. Satoko Hojo.
That was right. We called her Trap Master Satoko, didn't we? She would ensnare her opponent at the perfect moment, the very end. Everyone in our club knew that we could never, ever let our guards down against Satoko. I may have taught her, but she's grown a lot and doesn't seem to want to stop. Sometimes even I'm astonished at how she overcomes such slim margins.
By the way, me bats next, then Satoko.
We're losing by 1 point, so if we could get the next runner on base, then the runner after that could hit a big one and end the match. And that final batter was Satoko.
See? You feel like we can win now, right? I can't imagine what she's got set up, but it's gotta be some kind of trap for sure. If I were the opposing pitcher, I'd definitely walk her.
There was no way Satoko was going to hit a home run, even in my dreams. But if she was going to stand in the batter's box normally without any kind of plan, I can't think of anything else she could do. And the fact that you called me here, I see. I think I know where this is going. I meant that I was a necessary piece of Satoko's trap.
I'm excited. I wonder what Satoko will do. I can't wait to see Satoko walk off home run either.
Kay's indispensable for this. Understand? This is our last chance at creating an upset. We absolutely cannot fail. Right. That much I know for sure. Just watch. Satoko and I will give you front row seats to the greatest turnaround victory of all time. Then I'll explain your instructions, Keiichi. Lend me your ear for a moment. Satoko and I huddled up in a hidden place and held a briefing that anyone watching could tell was suspicious. I wonder what my bar and Hojo are talking about. I pray it's not some crazy trick like the one the president used. Our teammates Tomita and Okamura seemed very nervous. Reina gave them a wide smile, trying to dispel their anxiety.
It'll be okay, everyone. Satoko-chan and Keiichi will be able to pull this off for sure.
But Ryugu, we're up against a Koshian pitcher. I don't know if Satoko's traps will be much good. I actually have voices for those two. There's a nerdy one and like a smart-ass one. Now everyone be silent and watch. You're going to see an interesting game. Mion, who knew everything about to transpire, looked like she was having a hard time stifling the laughter bubbling up within her. She was so terrifying as an enemy, but so reliable as an ally. Mion waved her hands at the umpire. We've got a pinch hitter! I, Mion Sonozaki, am switching out with Keiichi Maibara. Are you sure it'll be alright? The umpire turned an uneasy gaze on the pinch hitter who jumped in with a golf club.
Don't underestimate Keiichi now.
The members of our club were the only ones grinning with wholehearted confidence.
Some of this kitty.
Yeah, I want some of this kitty. Satoko's plan was definitely simple but scrupulous. It even looked like the entire situation had gone according to her calculations. No. The fact that we were losing by 1 point, the fact that I had come late, the fact that Satoko was the last batter. It even felt like this had kind of been set up before the game started. There had been a lot of time since I got here. And during that time, the opposing pitcher, Kameda-kun, took a bathroom break. Even that felt calculated. No, this is Satoko we're talking about, so maybe she made him drink controlled laxatives to get him to use the bathroom at this exact moment. And while he was a long way off, shut up in the bathroom, our plan would begin. The opposing pitcher, Kameda, there he was, in front of the urinal, pleasantly taking care of business. He thought it was only natural he would win at a grass lot game like this, and relaxed enough to relieve himself without a care in the world. Maybe that was supposed to be his appeal. However, his relaxed state was itself our chance. Right now, you've already conceded to our club. I, too, casually walked into the bathroom. There were 3 urinals. Kameda-kun was doing his business at the farthest one. I went to the one next to him. Normally, you would leave one urinal open. Kameda seemed to notice me. I had stood right next to him after all. What? Look who it is, the big pitch hitter. He recalled seeing me swing the golf club around like an idiot, and he couldn't seem to resist the urge to laugh. I, however, wasn't frustrated in the slightest. The match had already been won the moment I arrived. The game had been decided as a big upset for our team. So now, all I had to do was push things along exactly how Satoko planned. Ha ha ha! I'm the one who should be laughing. What are they going to do to this poor kid?
I wonder if Keiichi can do it.
He'll be fine. When Keiichi is serious, he can do this much before breakfast. Tomita and Okamura, our underclassmen, asked another question with much trepidation. Is my bar-san really going to be able to beat that pitcher? You don't feel any confidence in Kei after being in the same class with him? Someday, he could be strong enough to control all of humanity. Join Kei, and you could easily rule the world. The world? Her teammates exchanged glances. Did my Bara-senpai really have such incredible strength? Just what kind of strength could that be? My question caused Kameda-kun to stare in bewilderment, and for a moment, he didn't know what to say. Sorry? Alright. I don't think I heard you right. Could you say that again? I smiled thinly, looked straight ahead, and said it once more, clearly. I'll say it one more time. Let us win. Right to the point. No threats, beating around the bush, or anything. Kameda's brain could not figure out the meaning of what I said, and I clearly could tell he was confused. What? Are you some kind of moron? Let you win? Are you insane? I've relayed our demands. What's your reply? Yes or no? It goes without saying. Like hell I'd let you win. Is your brain broken? Kameda didn't hide his bewilderment. He didn't want to be around someone who would babble on like this for another second. Those thoughts spilled into his expression, and he quickly moved to leave the bathroom. Kameda, what does victory mean for you? It's a dumb question. Priceless, absolute supremacy. Nothing else can change it. He grinned lightly as he answered as if to make fun of me. How like a sportsman to say that. Victory decides all. No one can change that. Of course not. No matter what kind of threats or bribes you come to me with, there is nothing valuable enough to make me abandon victory. I was waiting for those words. After spinning around, what? Oh. 3.5 times, pointed right at Kameda's face. Then don't you think you should ask something worth abandoning your precious victory for? What kind of compensation could you be given? What are you saying, stupid? There's nothing that could make me do that. He was denying it, but he stopped. He was waiting. He was waiting for me to present some attractive conditions. In a magazine interview, you said your favorite foods are grilled meat and that you don't like sweets. But you lied about that, didn't you? What? For example, let's say you went to a grilled meat buffet. That sounds delicious right now. What exactly would be on your plate? Pork? Loin? Korean barbecue? A pile of beef tongue? That wouldn't be it. You wouldn't bring meat with you. It would be all the pudding and gelatin and cake you could eat. The kinds a girl would love. Pretty, cute, sweet. You love Western treats like that, don't you? Kameda's face turned utterly pale. What's wrong with that? Why can't he eat yummy desserts? Our club already knew that he ate a mountain of desserts when he went to the grilled meat buffet, and we were all aware of his embarrassment and his weakness for sweets despite his age. Kameda-kun couldn't have possibly known that the particular grilled meat buffet chain in Shibone was owned by a member of the Sonozaki family. I'll have to be careful when I go out to eat with my parents from now on. No! I love the hearty bone and... No!
What you like is gentle, soft, cute piles of desserts topped with colorful creams. It almost makes you think of a girl, adorned in frills and ribbons, pure, innocent of shame. Cute desserts, like those girls, so clear and clean. And with your acne-laden face, your sports cut, and your lust in full display, you sully them.
Shut up! That's right. You eat desserts, but you don't love them. You just dirty them, violate them, and chew them. What the fuck? All you do is relish in the enjoyment of soiling them. Yeah. Please, no more. My secret pleasure has been found out. I can't go on living. I have to die. You idiot. Don't end your life so easily. Kerslam. I hit him on the side of his head as hard as I could. Kameda fell down like a girl. What is wrong with eating sweets? His eyes started watering and he broke down. I'm probably the only one in the world who thinks those things while eating desserts. I'm nothing but a pervert, pretending to be a proper sportsman. That's right. You're a pervert. What? What does eating sweets have to... Okay, whatever. Just go with it. Yeah! Whoops. Whoosh. This time I didn't hit him. Instead, I clapped my hands down on his shoulders. Do not cry, Kameda. What's wrong with a man being a pervert? Dun dun. Huh? A man ought to be a pervert. But admitting it sets a man apart from those below him. You've been honest to yourself. You can brag about that. You can be arrogant about it. You can be proud of yourself. Instead of blaming him, I told him to have pride in himself, and Kameda couldn't hide his confusion. Yes. I have been deeply moved by what you showed me. Desserts are nothing but sweet foods eaten after meals. That's what I thought this whole time. But I was mistaken. And you showed me that. Thanks to you, I can... Starting tomorrow, I'll be able to enjoy my desserts in a different way. For example, strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake is pretty good. Yeah. Kameda's throat cried out. Wait, who is talking? The simplicity of strawberry shortcake indeed. It's somehow old-fashioned, like the orthodox maids from the gaudy times of the late 1800s. Not those flirty maids with short skirts we have now. An orthodox, fully dressed, authentic maid. It's just strawberries, but please, master, I could not prepare any more than this, so please give them a taste and give that kind of honesty is unbelievably great. What is going on? Because they're only strawberries, the soft, accented cream decoration ends up looking like frills, laces, and embroidery. And she takes it and splits it with her fork for her master, an elegant aristocrat. No! It would be wilder if she took it and sucked on it. What the fuck is this scene? Bolder and... like her bad master in his greasy sweat. No, more than that. The dent in the strawberry after plucking it. Isn't that even better? And you let your tongue crawl all over it. What kind of taste must that be? Just remember, this is one of the goriest horror novels that I've read. This. The dent after you pick the strawberry. I can't hold it in anymore. I'll go to Angel Mort on the way home, and I'll make a shortcake into my plaything all I want. The girls, just beautifully, just for me. Hi, Tracer. And then one by one, I show them. For every one I eat, I hold my jaw tight, just like this, and appraise the goods, wondering which one to eat. Please translate girls as cake, alright? I'm so confused by the scene. Has there ever been a man such as this who could speak so passionately about a single piece of strawberry shortcake? No, there has not. There has never been, I say. Such passionate feelings are trying to melt away the stubbornness in Kameda's mind. Kameda, I'll say it one more time. Let us win. But that would... Then fine. I won't rely on you. I rejected Kameda's outright and turned out on my heel. Enough. We've lost this game. It's over. I don't care about it anymore. Instead, once this game is over, why don't I head down to Angel Mort and get all you can eat of gothic Lolitas decorated like Western dolls and frills and ribbons? Tonight will be the greatest feast I have ever known. Lolitas. All you can eat. Thud. Despite this being the bathroom, Kameda put both hands on the floor. Ugh. I was wrong. What's wrong, Kameda? If you have something to say, then say it. This is the first time I've met someone like you. Until now, I thought there was something wrong with me, and I had to have fun secretly. What are you waiting for, you tiny man? I already said, admitting your perversion is what separates the boys from the men. You are a man entitled to pride. Now, reach out your hand. When I get to the end of this, I'll explain. And show me how great you really are. Come with me and accept that it is our world. Kameda was crying tears of gratitude, unable to speak. That was the moment we exchanged the most zealous handshake the world has ever known. The handshake of the bond of our souls, ardent and intense, tight, steadfast. For a long time we remained that way. It was an enthusiastic handshake, as though we were two brothers separated at birth, embracing each other tightly as though it would give us back the time we had spent apart. That was the moment the man who would pass into legend for eating so much during Angel Mort's all-you-can-eat dessert day that he was banned from the restaurant forevermore was born. He would eventually write in his autobiography that our meeting this day was fate. But none of that had anything to do with this. Then, until later. For now, just play the game the way I described it. With just that, I turned on my heel and made to leave the bathroom. But then Kameda stopped me. Wait! At least, tell me your name. Who, me? My name is Keiichi Maibara. No. I kind of didn't really feel like using my real name. Anyway, maybe I should lie to him and use a code name. Just call me K. K. Wait. That was actually an embarrassing name. I left the bathroom behind me at a quick pace, hiding my embarrassment. But from what I heard later, I apparently looked quite gallant coming out like that. Satoko to Keiichi! How'd things go? Keiichi to Satoko. Negotiation successful. We settled on, and he and I are getting all-you-can-eat dessert at Angel Mort. Mia, no problem, right? 2 guests for Angel Mort all-you-can-eat dessert. Roger that. I'll set it up.
I am actually quite interested in how you negotiated with him. They had a really fun talk about how delicious dessert is, probably.
Alright, here we go. After that, the game started again. I entered the batter's box as a pitch hitter in place of Mion. But all of the pieces were already in place. Gotta turn it down when the crazy sounds go on. The straight pitch whipped by me like a bullet, true to its name. The camera people raised their voices in wonder and clicked their shutters. A sharp pitch as always. He's really going places this summer, isn't he? That golf club pitch hitter is standing straight up too. But doesn't Kameda look a little strange? It's like he's got a cold sweat. I patted my shoulders with my bat, then sneered at him in a relaxed voice. What's wrong, Kameda? Not feeling well today? I couldn't swing at the ball because I was too busy laughing at it. Was that all you got? Vroom! The next pitch, with the same incredible speed as before, curved sharply and should have thrown off the batter's skill. But Keiichi didn't move at all. He just watched coolly. Why is it suddenly third person? You don't need any little tricks on a straight pitch, Kameda. Do people fall for those curves a lot? Batters around here, that is. Ha ha ha. Ugh. Both the reporters and all the people watched noticed something was strange here. Was Oshima Kameda the pitcher who conquered Koshien, losing the mental battle? The next straight pitch had incredible speed, but it went a little wild. It was a ball. I snorted, not even bothering to get ready for it. What, Kameda? Scared of going right down the middle? Everyone calls you the best. You never walk the batter. Shoot! Murmur. The abnormal, unexpected situation spread confusion throughout the reporters. What is he? Who is this Keiichi Maibara? How can he be so relaxed when faced with that supreme fastball? He's just bluffing. You know he can't win. Kameda would never throw a ball that an insincere guy like that could hit. What does being insincere and sincere have to do with baseball? No, I don't think it's a bluff. They say that at that high level you can see right through others. Kameda is, without a doubt, one of the best, which must mean he can see through that mysterious man's true value. A real business person-looking guy took off his sunglasses and gazed upon Keiichi. Could it be? The idiot pinch hitter who came in cheering them with the golf club was actually a genius? I'm sure baseball has since lost its charm for him, and now he's trying to switch over to golf. A genius slugger, making a transfer into the golf world. What a tremendous loss for baseball! Stop the presses! We're changing up our sports columns! Room. Ball! Now it's full count! Murmur. This excessive production was, of course, all being dramatized by Satoko. The big shots constantly had their eyes on Kameda. If he were to lose easily, they knew the match would have been fixed. Perhaps she still wanted this little play of ours to create a mood where it wouldn't be strange for Kameda to lose, but... Satoko, isn't this going too far? Do your best now, Keiichi. Today, this game. Tomorrow, all of baseball. I don't want any scouts actually coming after me. I'm terrified what happened when the jig is up. Wait, I can't be making nervous faces right now. Ball! Base on balls! Have you gotten scared, Kameda? I thought you were better than this. Kameda hung his head in feigned dejection. Okay, son. I did this all according to plan, right? Yeah. Well done, Kameda. Keep going like this for the next batter. Let's wrap things up and then we'll go to all we can eat. Grin. Kameda-kun and I exchanged evil smiles. For some reason, there were a lot of camera flashes right then. It seemed like our dear journalist friends took it as two worthy rivals smiling to acknowledge each other's strength. As I trotted over to first base, the camera flashes continued, almost to the point where they were annoying. When I got to first base, one of the porters came over for an interview. Maibara, do you plan on settling the score with Kameda and Koshin? Koshin? Oh, that felt good. Things seemed like they were about to get a little too big for me. Maybe I should just be honest and confess I'm not really into baseball? Koshin? I've never been interested in Japanese baseball, sorry. Whoa! This man, right from the start, he was always aiming for the world. He might become Japan's first ever big leaguer. What? The conversation was getting fantastically out of hand. I don't care anymore. I'll strike a guts pose for the cameras in desperation. Yes! Kay got on base, just as planned. Next, Satoko is at bat. What will she do? What will she do? All right then. Time to get that walk-off home run and win it all. Satoko stepped up to the plate, waving the bat around. The reporters couldn't hold back their laughter, maybe because they had just seen his battle with me. My bar finally got on base, but now it's all over. I see. So this is why Kameda intentionally walked him. He didn't even fight it. He waited for an easier opponent for the final out. But to avoid a direct confrontation like that, we cannot make light of him. That Keiichi Maibara. All right. Come on now, Kameda. You making fun of me? Who do you think I am? Wait, who is talking? I'm assuming it's Kameda. Okay, so, no, was one thing, but you think I'll lose to the likes of you? Whenever this girl stepped up to bat, she had swung wildly and missed, striking out every time. This might sound rude, but however much Kameda holds back, I don't think she'll be able to hit a home run. I could hear the reporters declaring there was no way a comeback would happen. Wait, what? Satoko, she swung wildly and missed every single time she stepped to the bat? Boom. She swung after the sound had ended, completely mistiming it. I could hear disappointed voices coming from those rooting for Hinamizawa. It's only natural. Every single batter had struck out. Even if worst came to worst, no one would get a hit. And that's why it didn't sound strange when Kameda-kun said this. I can't take it seriously with someone like you. I'll give you a chance. Poor Satoko. Although the next one's slow and underhanded. Unfortunately, no matter how much you cheat and con the pitcher, you still have to hit the ball. I'll let you get a hit or two so you can go home and brag to mommy. Of course, these lines were all part of the plot, too. From out of the corner of his eyes, Kameda gives me a look. Was that all right? Yeah, you did great. It looked very natural. Kameda, you are a splendid actor. No, compared to Kei-san, I'm nothing. Even that exchange was seen as heated and enthusiastic by the reporters. But Kei, however slowly I pitched, can this girl really hit it? Don't worry, throw the ball like we planned. I think I've got a good idea how this will turn out. Our exchange over Kameda moved from set position into a pitching stance. Come then. Throw your merciful pitch. I'll hit a huge home run off of it. She had struck out every time she was at bat. When I heard that, my vague ideas became firm beliefs. and out of Kameda-kun's hand comes a slow, lazy pitch, as though they were playing catch. Normal people would probably be able to hit it, but for Satoko, who had been striking out this whole time, just when people started to think that way, the members of our club had already realized that Satoko's trap had begun. It was true. Striking out constantly today had been laying the groundwork for this moment. An act. All to make it feel like Kameda letting off the gas wasn't strange at all, which meant, in other words, that Satoko... Bing! Whoa! She got it! Look at it go! I don't even need to run, do I? The super huge home run Satoko hit disappeared over the roof of the school. The reporters lost their words at the sight, and then roars of applause. Despite this being what we'd anticipated, I can't help but stare in mute amazement at the gorgeous home run. Satoko strutted over to first base. Come on, what are you doing? Second base is that way. Satoko, you're really good at baseball. She grinned, showing her fang-like canines in reply. Come to think of it, she played baseball a lot with Tamita and the others during lunch, didn't she? The fact that they always invited her to play meant she was by no means bad at it. And you purposely struck out all those times? Since before Kameda even got here? Jeez, you've really got something for every occasion. But if you didn't strike out all those times, you probably would have already won. So there's that. I say this all the time, do I not? I only have one trap. And when everything is about to come to a conclusion, it's enough that I don't even have to worry. Damn it, that sounded kind of cool. Basically, she was just bragging about hitting the ball. But when Satoko did it, it looked so cool. We crossed home plate in order, me, then Satoko, and completed our walk-off home run. Our teammates welcomed us back with their blessings. My Bara! That was amazing! Totally cool! I never thought it would happen! Tamina and Okamura praised me. How about that, Tamina, Okamura? I turned things around just fine. Rina thinks you were cool, too! Good work! It wasn't nothing. I briskly clasped my hand against Reina's outstretched palm. Satoko did brilliantly, too. She gave us a spectacular ending. Who do you think I am? Man, I can't underestimate her. Satoko Hojo. Kay was great too. Winning Kameda over like that? He is a magician of duplicity. Rika, I don't think that's a compliment. But really? Only Kay could have pulled off such a drastic move. I wouldn't have been able to do it myself. I would very much like you to teach me sometime. If Satoko learned such displays of power, that's terrifying to even imagine. I'd prefer it if you didn't mimic me. After declaring the match over, the umpire came to us. Well, you actually won. I'm shocked. We said Satoko could hit it, didn't we? You didn't believe us at all. The umpire scratched his head apologetically and apologized to Satoko, smiling dryly. And Keiichi was amazing too, wasn't he? Keiichi's actually the most reliable person here. Well, when I saw him come in with that golf club, I certainly had my doubts, but that breathtaking battle against Kameda had me on the edge of my seat. Right. The breathtaking farce. I quirked a wry smile. Not even the Buddha would have realized that while everyone thought this was a fair match, Kameda and I were thinking about our evil dessert-violating ways. Dessert-violating ways. Excuse me, Coach? You remember your promise, do you not? Yeah, this is, I guess, none. I'm gonna have a choice. Yay! We did it! Kichi, this means we're having a barbecue meetup tomorrow. Reina clapped her hands and we all began to dance with joy. Tamina and the other teammates were jumping up and down too. I want barbecue. What's that about? A barbecue? Hey, what on earth are you talking about? We made a promise that if we won today's game, he'd treat us to a barbecue party with all kinds of high-class meats. It wasn't looking good for a while when Kameda appeared, but thanks to KT, we won that privilege. See? So that's what this is about. I was certainly not a game I could have lost.
Erie's big wallet will be so sad. So sad.
I'm trying to think if that's the name of the guy, the photographer guy. He looks very familiar, but he's wearing different clothes. And this game does not usually put people in different clothing. Or this novel or anime does not usually put people in different clothing. Anyways. But I did make a promise. When we eat, we do it without any mercy. We need to feed our growing bodies after all. All right, everyone. Tomorrow we dine like kings. Yeah! All of the members of the Hinamizawa fighters raised their fists high in the air and cheered. Rika was petting the head of the umpire, who was smiling painfully at the off-kilter remarks. He gave her his head and looked like he was about to cry. It looked like the price of victory would be pretty big. You beat me. But I have no choice. I did promise. Guess I should go shopping for some meat. Coach, get some grade A beef like you promised. That's expensive. We won't forgive you if you buy nothing but vegetables to keep it cheap. The umpire, who they were calling Coach, grinned dryly, crestfallen. Umpire? Coach? The uniform he was wearing had Hinamizawa Fighters written on it. Oh, so he's not just the umpire, he's the actual coach. My Bara, is that right? Can I call you that? Huh? Yeah. This comeback wouldn't have happened were it not for you getting on base. Please, come to tomorrow's barbecue. No, besides that, would you please consider joining the team? If you were with us, we could dominate the whole prefecture.
Coach, let's leave that aside for now.
You should be more worried about your wallet. Despite the coach being an adult, everyone seemed to get along with him very well. Coach, huh? Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Iri. Irie, coach of the Hinamizawa Fighters. He extended his hand to me. I firmly grasped it in reply. I always have a weird time reading Japanese names when they're in English now. I'm Maibara. Nice to meet you. Then the coach took his other hand and began to stroke mine softly. What smooth hands you have. Such a narrow grain. Oh, and you truly take good care of them. Silky smooth. Uh-huh. Hey. I must strictly instruct our maids to take good care of their skin as well. What's going on? Maids? What are you talking about? Such velvety hands. I just want to put them to work. The coach's eyes were spellbound, and his delusions floated his very own original magical universe. He made a supremely satisfied smile. How do I put it? Who the hell is this guy? That's a good question. I've never seen him before, unless he's the photographer guy. You look so flustered.
Our coach is a little strange, but he's really funny, you know?
I felt like you couldn't measure him up by saying strange or funny. I really didn't think we'd get along. Snap. The other self in my mind made a witty retort for some reason. Come on, settle down already. You're making Keiichi uncomfortable. Ha! Silky smooth. The coach didn't try to take his hands off mine until Satoko hit him with a threefold wash bucket attack, causing him to faint. It's very funny reading anime tropes versus seeing them. That was the chapter?